to YouTube is very testing because I have filmed this little bit already. Guess who wasn't on? Actually, no, guess who was on? Connected, but just not working for some reason. This little thing here. And I could use the old segment. I just don't know if the quality's there. So let me go pop this on. Not only have I filmed this bit before, but when I went to refilm it, I didn't press record. Anyway, we're recording now. We're not going to dwell on that. The night is not as young as it was when I first started recording. So I'm going to get to the point. For the next few nights, I'm going to be doing a mid-year reset. I've seen a few videos of people doing something like this. Obviously, everyone's doing their own version. I'm not going to get that into it because I simply don't have the time to do that much work into it. Like, it's going to be very top layer kind of stuff. I've made a rough plan of what I want to do. I want to do some bits in the house. I want to do some bits with like my laptop and my iPad and stuff. And then some kind of health wise. But the health stuff I'm not really going to film because it's more of a plan for future me to take into account. Sorry, my hair is very annoying me. Really annoying. Anyway, I will get into what my rough plan is. So in the house, we have made an effort to tidy this, so it's actually looking fine. I've written down dust all surfaces. I've obviously not waited. I have done this year, but it feels like a good time to do it during my reset. So I'm going to do all that, really get into all the bits that I've maybe not thought about. And then clear out, there's a drawer under my bed that all the random spare bedding that doesn't have a matching set or random pillows, or I've also got clothes that I've maybe got stains on and I've kept them aside for things like painting, decorating, stuff like that. But I have put so many things in that drawer recently. I don't need that many things. I just don't. So I'm going to go through that drawer. Overall, the flat is pretty tidy. I do want to do a proper deep clean of my wardrobe, but I did show me starting that in the last video and I don't want it to be too similar. So I'm just going to do that off camera. The digital reset is mainly what I'm more excited about because I'm more excited about the thought of having a digital cleanse and then reorganizing and planning the next week or so. I was going to say a few months, but realistically I'm not going to do that. My plan is to go through my photos on my phone, specifically go through screenshots and delete photos. Part of the reason I want to go through the screenshots is because further down I maybe, if I have time, want to do like an inspiration board of what kind of fashion I'm liking. And normally the screenshots are where a lot of that inspiration lies. So if I can go through that, I can filter that into an album, delete other screenshots I don't need, and then use that for my later task. I also want to delete unused apps on my phone. I don't think I have too many, but that being said, there will be some that I don't use at all and don't need to have on there. So I may as well get rid of them. I also want to do a mid-year vision board. Now, I didn't do one at the end of last year, but I would like to do it for the mid-year vision board, just as something to work towards. I am going to put something on there that did happen this week, but I've decided that's okay. Then I'm going to maybe do an inspiration board for styling. I've also got in here my Notion diary. I don't know if any of you follow Grace Beverly. One of her businesses is a planner business, and I bought her digital planner, it could be a year ago now, and I haven't used it because I got a bit overwhelmed at, you know, when something is so good, but there's so many choices, there's so many this, there's so many that. So I got overwhelmed and just chose not to do anything about that. So I'm going to watch their little tutorial of how to set it up properly, try not overthink it, and just get that done. And then the last thing on the digital reset possibly isn't a digital reset thing, but goal planning. I think I would like to be more organized and I would like to plan what goals I have for the next 6 months and then also put in my diary when I'm going to do the thing that will help me achieve that. For instance, I bought a finance book, again, probably about a year ago, and I've never read it because I won't find the time. Whereas if it's in my diary that at like 8 o'clock tonight, I'm going to go and read that for half an hour, I will get myself a cup of tea and I will do that. So that's what I want to do for that. Lastly, I've got down health reset. I really just want to make a rough plan of what I want to achieve at the gym and what I want to achieve with my exercise goals in general. They aren't too high. I am the laziest person I know. I could happily not leave the house for days. It also doesn't help that I was ill last week and I'm still regaining energy from being ill last week, so I also just don't want to leave the house. However, that's not good for me, so exercise goals, gym plan, just really see if I can do little things that I know is going to make a huge difference. But tonight my main focus is on digital stuff. I think I'm going to start with the vision board and then go from there. I've made some notes on what kind of thing I want to add to the vision board, and then we'll just see from there where we end up. Because I've had some technical issues with getting this all set up, it is much later than I intended to start this. So we're just going to do some things, see where we end up. I'm really trying not to put too much pressure on myself because that's not going to help anyone. My laptop is going to die soon, so I'm taking that as a time to switch off for the night, do anything else basically. But I had actually forgotten that I had started making a vision board on Pinterest. So this is a bit like kind of like a reflection bit. And honestly, let me zoom you in. Most of this is like what I've just put in my other one. As you can see, I've taken inspo, by the way. I found this template on Canva, so I've popped that in here, but most of it is quite similar to what I had before. In here, I love this one because I've got in new car, and I'll insert a photo here of what my car looked like when I picked it up. So that's so close. I want to get out walking more, which I've not done. Exercise more. I really want to get in Pilates, but as I said earlier, I'm the laziest person I know. I've got really bad anxiety, so I also hate the thought of classes, and a bit of a weird one for that. So I've got walking more, no more negative self-talk. This one here and these ones, I want to have our engagement party at the end of the year. Hopefully we'll have booked our wedding venue by the end of the year. There's a few swimming ones. I really want to get back into swimming. I'm not the best swimmer, but I do love swimming. I'm not sure why I added these. They're just really pretty. I think maybe this was like filler photos. More walking outside. And then another thing that my fiance and I have started this year, because we are trying to save for a wedding, I've popped in some camping bits. We would like to get into camping, more hiking. It's something we both enjoy and we've just never done. And you can kind of see that that's followed onto this one. I'm going to take some inspiration from my Pinterest one and take some photos and add it in here. So as you can tell, it is later with the way the lights are. That's what I've achieved. I don't know if that's really... I feel like I've wasted my time a little bit. It is 8:45 at night. I really want to wind down now. I don't want to do any more of this. But the whole point of this exercise is to set myself up better for the next week. So I'll maybe do some bits later on. I'm obviously tired. I can't get my thoughts in order. I'm going to stop this at the minute. I stopped feeling guilty for not doing as much as I wanted to. This is why I want to time block. I want to start time blocking as well. But that's future plans. I can't do that if I don't do this. So one step at a time. Tonight I've done my vision board. I will try and finish it later on, but I'm basically going to put what's in the Pinterest board. I forgot I did that. tempted to make it my background on something, maybe my iPad. Anyway, I've spoken for too long. I clearly can't get my thoughts in order. And I'm a bit peckish, so I'm going to make myself some toast. And I'm going to go and play with my Planet Zoo. It's not the next day, it's the day after. It is my lunch break currently. I work hybrid, so I sometimes work from home. So I'm trying to make the most of being at home, and I can do that. So I'm in the bedroom because we are going to go through the drawer that's under this bed. We both have our own drawers, and actually mine is organised. Surprising, I know. But the one at the end of the bed is full of... Now what I think is in there is spare bedding, but it's not in a set and we don't use the bedding at all. I think there's some spare pillows that could obviously be put in a bag and put in the loft. They don't need to be there because we don't use them. And I think I've got like old clothes in there, so like when I'm cleaning the bathrooms or doing some sort of painting or decorating, which doesn't happen often but does happen, I've got outfits that I can use for that. But I'm pretty sure I've got far too many things in there. Like, I don't need the amount of stuff I have. So we're going to go through it just now. I'm hoping it'll only take 10-15 minutes. I think I'll be productive. I still have my mic on for this. I don't think you need to know about this, but... Is this a bit embarrassing to show? Probably. Right, this is why this needs done. That was such a minor thing, and I don't think that even took me 5 minutes, let alone 10. So it's, I don't know, it's still, no, it's fine. I don't know why I'm stressed about it. So I've got pillows over there. They're going to go in the loft with the spare duvet. So I've left myself 3 t-shirts that are like oversized and comfy. I've got a jogger set, and I've got a jumper, and then a hoodie that matches this set. So if one's in the wash, I can use it. And then over here, this bedding used to be in this room, but I just think we've got blue walls, and the blue was obviously too much blue, but it's really comfy. It's a good bedding set, so I'm obviously not going to get rid of it because there might be a time where we need it. This is like spare from the spare room. This goes with the duvet in the spare bedroom. And these are all just neutral pillowcases, which I feel like you can never have enough of. So yeah, it's looking much better and you can see where everything is. So I'm happy I did that. And I can get that ticked off my list, which feels good. Although, God, look at my... Does anyone else's mascara like run under their eyes? I also painted this. It's not very good. So I've got a pile of clothes. I'm not too sure what to do with them because they're obviously not good enough to sell. They've got paint all over them. So I need to do my research and see how's best to not dispose of them, but I'll look into that and I'll go put the pillows upstairs in the loft and buy that. I mean, I'm gonna leave it out, make a little loft pile, and then at the end of the week put it all up because I'm still lazy. I've gone through my phone and I've deleted screenshots and I've organised them into folders. So like some of them were outfit inspiration, some of them were ideas for our wedding, and then maybe some recipes and stuff like that. So they're all organised now. I still need to go through my main photos, but that wasn't my plan for right now. I've not had time to go on the Notion planner, so I'd rather get this video up and we can do that in another vlog. And then I finished my vision board, so I'm about to walk you through my vision board. The only thing that's left to do is really make some kind of plan. I've not made an outfit vision board, but I'm quite happy with the vision. Like, I feel much better just having the vision board that I have. I've got a rough plan with my fitness. I'm going to go back to the gym 2 days a week. I've had a look at gyms locally to me that I can maybe go to. I'm already a member in a gym, but it doesn't have a pool, and obviously on my vision board, which you'll see, there is swimming because I love swimming. So I want to get back into that. But I'm going to take you through my vision board. So I think this up here is more or less the same as what it was when you saw before. This is hopefully, according to my Google search, Naples. We'll find out if it's not. Booking our wedding venue and flying across there to see them. And then my YouTube ones are the same as well. You saw this one, the car picture on the Pinterest boards. I've stolen that. And we'll just walk through. We'll go clockwise, actually. I like this little sign, Welcome to Self-Love Club, so I've added that. I've got some camping in here. I just kind of think that maybe one photo, I have a habit on vision boards of doing multiple photos of each thing, as you can see here, but that's not needed. So camping, self-explanatory. This one was more of skincare, self-care, just taking time to really, like, I love doing stuff like this, and I will continue to do stuff like this. So I don't really need to work on that one. That one's pretty set in stone. I will do this. The money down here. Now, the money on that was already on this vision board because, as I said, this is a template from Canva. But I've left it in there because I mentioned earlier I had a finance book that I wanted to read. It's not necessarily about making more money, it's just being better at managing my money and putting it into the right savings, putting it into the right finance, not finance, but the right investments, and just being smart with my money. So I've left that in there. I've obviously mentioned I want to get back into fitness. I don't know how to explain it, but I know myself, I'm not going to be going to the gym 5 days a week. I'm just not going to be doing it. But I do enjoy when I'm at the gym. I originally had Pilates in my last one, but I just don't think I'm going to get on board with the Pilates train, at least not right now. It's not the kind of fitness I love at the minute. Whereas, so I've got in here, yeah, it's popping up, I'm so sorry. The gym, walks, and swimming. This is my focus on fitness. I'm not going to put too much pressure on myself. I would love to, the kind of rough plan is to move my body for 30 minutes every day, whether that is one of these 3. And this is also a little reminder up here of a little progress each day adds up to big results. So the fact that I don't go for a daily walk right now, even if I went for a 10-minute walk every day and that's all I could manage with my knee, it is 10 minutes more than I did last week, every day. So I like that reminder and I've added that on. And yeah, this is obviously all Italy stuff, so I think I quite like it. I don't think there's anything else. I really don't want to put too much pressure on myself. That sounds like a cop-out, but... So that's my vision board. And just as a reminder, this is the template that I used, if anyone wants to find it on Canva and do their own one.